So woo, it's like all aboard, but it's good. And I teach that every Saturday morning from 8:45 to 9:15. So I'll still be teaching that. I'll still be working with workplace wellness groups. So if you want to get your workplace involved in yoga, we can also accommodate that as well. But I'm glad that each and every one of you made the time to be here this evening. We are going to capitalize on the power of presence, physical presence tonight. So it's Monday. It's the beginning of the calendar week, and we like to move and breathe on Mondays. So I'm really going to put an emphasis this evening on the physicalness of your practice tonight. Obviously, in Baptiste Yoga, we teach to 3 practices and techniques, but the physicalness is where that first access point is. So on the wall, on the poster, you see physical, which is asana. Those are the poses. That's the postures. Meditation, which most of you, I think, have had some experience of meditation in class or in your own practice. And then inquiry, which is self-discovery, questioning, all that good stuff. You don't get to one level without incorporating the other. So tonight, it's all about your body. All right? Let's get started in child's pose. And notice right away the physicalness of your connection to the mat. So notice the texture of the mat underneath the palms of your hands. Go ahead and spread your fingers apart. And then maybe as you take a breath in, pull your hands up, the palms up. Yeah, we felt like that. And leave the fingerprints on the mat. So leave the fingerprints down and cup the hands up. Yeah, leave a space for the palms. Nice, Susan. I see that. Good. Now take a big breath together. Exhale, empty. Good. Now spread your knees a little wider or push your hips back a little further. Take a big breath in. Blow it out. Downward facing dog. Press the palms all the way down. And now notice the connection of the soles of your feet and toes to the mat. Yes, especially if you're taking movement here, notice that connection and how it feels, the grip of the mats to your toes and feet. Push your hips up behind you. Take a breath in. Exhale. Good. Now rise up on your toes. Stretch your legs out. Breathe in. Push your heels down. Exhale. Again, rise on your toes. Exhale. Push your heels down. One more time. Come up really high. Now bend your knees. Exhale. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Halfway lift. Pull up. Nice straight spine here. Now notice the pit of your belly muscles. There it is. I see you guys. Pull those ribs in and up. Good. And shoulders come up too. Nice. Now push your tailbone back and then let it soften down toward the mat. Really get into the legs here. Notice if you straighten out your knees, what happens? And if you bend them a little, what happens? Good. Take a breath in. Stay right here. Exhale. Good. Get nice and straight. Breathe in. Push it out. Big breath in. Ragdoll on the exhale. Now you've got more of that curve through the spine. And again, notice that space. So you want to notice the low back here, the stretch there, more so than the back side of your legs. So you might come up higher. If you're feeling it more in your hamstrings, come up higher in your ragdoll. Curve your spine more and come up higher. There you go. Good. Take one more breath in. Blow it out. Rise up to tall, extended mountain. Spread the fingertips apart. Yeah, and lift the center of your chest to the ceiling. Lift and spread all 10 toes. Good, now place the toes on the mat. This is your foundation. This is your full body expression, what this is right here, this moment. Take a breath in. Hands to your heart. Go ahead, set an intention for yourself. Something that you claim as your power this evening. I am, and then your power. We'll seal your intentions and begin with 3 ohms together. Breathe in. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift, big breath in. High to low plank as you breathe out. Part of the physicalness is your breath. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Take 5 breaths in and out. Leave space between each inhale and the exhale. Good, 3 more like that. On the last inhale, rise up on your toes. Exhale, bend your knees. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift to breathe in. Exhale, fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga, that's that low push-up. Upward facing, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths now. In, blow it out. Good. In, fully exhale. Rise up on your toes, bend at your knees, move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift, forward fold. Extended mountain. Fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Pause. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Yeah, pause the breath too. 3 breaths with that space. Yeah, leave space for the beat at the top and at the bottom. Last inhale, rise up. Exhale, bend your knees. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Extended mountain. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. 3 breaths in and out. Notice, are you getting uncomfortable with the pause? Or does it feel natural? Take 1 more breath in. Empty it out. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Fold. Extended mountain. Last Sunday. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths in and out. Give yourself that pause. And then on empty. Last breath here. Clear it out. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose and pause. Keep the breath going. Chair pose. Now you've got your arms up. No matter how your arms are up, I'm going to turn and face you. You've got both Kevin virtually and me. You guys got this view here, chair pose. On the inhale, I want you to reach your hands high. On the exhale, swoop them down, sit low. Good. Inhale, reach up. Stay low. 2 more times. Inhale, up. Exhale, down. Inhale, reach up. Put it behind you. Last inhale to high. Forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Stoke that breath. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward for warrior 1. Take a breath in. On the exhale, sink your hips lower. That's it. Reach higher. Sink lower. 1 more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Yeah, you can let it upward facing dog. Downward facing dog, left leg forward for warrior one. Good, inhale, reach up. Sit the hips lower, exhale. Good, reach higher, sink deeper. One more breath in. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Take a breath in. Let it go. Yeah, two more. In and powerful out. Last one. Bend the knees. Move to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair pose. One breath up. Then fold. Halfway. Chaturanga. There's a beat between each one. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. Breathe in. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog, inhale. Down dog, exhale. Then left side warrior one. Inhale up. Exhale, go down. Breathe in your up dog. Downward facing dog, exhale. Good, take breath. Let it go. Good, two more. Last one, rise up high. Bend at your knees. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Chair. Forward fold. Halfway. Chaturanga. Up dog. Down dog. Right side warrior one. In through the nose. Breathe it in. Exhale. Push it out. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Down dog. Then left side warrior one. Look up. Breathe in. Exhale. Go down. Chaturanga. Ooh, big stretch. Love it. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Take 3 breaths. Like you mean it breaths, right? Yeah, like you came in with something you need to let go of, and you're shaking it out. Last breath in. Empty it out. Move forward. Halfway lift. Fold. Chair. Fold. Halfway. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Right side warrior one. Full step. Full breath. Exhale. Chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Left foot forward and go. Pause at the top. Breathe it in. Then exhale. Go. Give yourself a beat. Up dog. And downward facing dog. Yes. Yeah. Woo. You can let it go, y'all. Really good. Lift your right leg up nice and high behind you. Come up high on your left toes. Yeah, almost uncomfortably high, or maybe it is a little uncomfortable. Like stretch your foot out, your left foot. Good. Lift the hips higher. Come up so high you're afraid you're going to kick something, right? So high. Go ahead, flip the dog or stay there in your 3-legged dog and expand. Now notice the mat beneath your hand, or hands if you've got 2 hands down. Notice that texture. Notice the feel there in the foundation. Good. Now hug your outer thighs inward. Yeah, activate the tops of your thighs. Let there be heat there. Breathe heat right into your legs. Good. Now pull your shoulders together for a breath in. Good. Side plank on the right. Yeah, let the breath keep moving as your body moves, and then you pause. Your practice is all about expansion and contraction, your body moving, and then staying still. Can you keep your focus, your drishti, even while you're still? Take a breath in. Chaturanga on your exhale. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Send your left leg up behind you. Come up really high on the right toes. Stretch out your whole right leg and foot here. Yeah, notice what happens to your right calf muscle. Yeah, what happens to that right calf muscle? Do you feel that activating? What do you notice there? And if you're not noticing anything, maybe you push your heel down toward the mat or come up even higher on your toes. Notice that sensation there. Take one more breath in and flip the dog or stay in that three-legged dog. Yogi's choice tonight. Good. Now press down through the ball mounds of your big toes. Here you go, Allison. Lift high like you're trying to kick my hand right up behind you. Higher, higher. You got it. Take one more breath, yogis. In. Left side plank. Use your breath through the transition. If you notice you're holding your breath, just begin again. Inhale through your nose and exhale. Good. Stack yourself up. You've got this. Full strength, full power. Take one more breath in. Exhale to the mat. Chaturanga. Upward facing, down dog. Right side crescent lunge. Step right into it. So here in crescent lunge, notice your front ribs right in there. Yeah, Kevin, you knew. Right when I put my hand there, he knows. Pull the core muscles right where those front ribs are, your low ribs. Pull that area in. Yeah, but not so you're holding your breath, just so that your ribs aren't all splayed out and open. The back bend means nothing if you have no integrity through your core. So go ahead and bring that in and reach higher instead of back farther. Yeah, and from there you can grow up taller. Yeah, and then if the back bend is there, you can start to look back. Take one more inhale, reach high. Exhale, twist to the right. Good, and here, keep the height going, especially if you've got your elbow on the outside of your right knee. Use that, leverage that to give your torso some height so that as you twist, you're twisting with that central part of the spine, the thoracic spine. Good, lift up, Marco, you got it. Breathe in, twist it out. One more breath, y'all. Then warrior two. Drishti, your gaze set. Yeah, if you're starting to notice some sweat drip, that's fine. Let it be there. Notice that. Notice what it feels like. If you're noticing one nostril's closed and the other one's open, that's fine. Notice that. That's all part of the physicalness, the experience. Be right with it. Take a breath in. Extended side angle. Go. Ha. See if you can lift up your toes on your front foot. Yeah, give them a wiggle. Can you do the same on the back foot? Yeah, and if you notice some shaking happening, that's good. Bring in your leg muscles, really engage through the legs to lift your belly up. Yeah, Susanna, I see you. Lift the core up, everybody. Take a breath together. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Downward facing dog. Left side crescent lunge. Yeah, let your breath be your best friend here as the reset button for everything. The physicalness and the mental. If you notice your brain start creeping in and thoughts, that's cool. Put your attention back on the physicalness of your inhale and the exhale. Good. Now those front ribs, y'all pull them in. There they go. Good. Lift up higher. Reach high. Reach high. Twist to the left. A few breaths here to see if you can lift yourself up. Yeah, use it, Brian. I love it. And twist. And you can come up high on the back foot to give you more leverage and power back there. So bring your heel up even more. You've got it, Yuri. Up. And then press the leg up to the ceiling. Even more. Take a breath, y'all. Twist it out. Warrior two. Good. Now notice, be aware of, observe your arms. Is your back arm at the same height and level as your front arm? Can you feel that? Can you see it if you're taking a peek? I see some of you checking it out. That's fine. And I'll tell you, drop the left shoulder a bit, lift the right shoulder up. There you go. Now lean forward, extended side angle. Take that top arm really high above you and allow yourself to lunge deeply here, right into the hip. Yeah, creep it forward. You've totally got it. There we go. Yeah. Good. Now open the right hip for another breath in. Lift it, lift it. Exhale, chaturanga. Upward facing dog to inhale. Down dog, exhale. Pedal it out. Take a breath. Go ahead, sigh. Yeah, let your rib cage expand. Breathe in. Empty it out. Rise up on your toes. Inhale. Bend your knees. Jump to the head of your mat. Halfway lift. Forward fold. Rise up, extended mountain. Eagle on the right. Set your gaze right away. Let that physicalness of your vision set on one point. Good. Now notice your shoulders. Step down and switch. Eagle to the left. Notice if you've got tension or if you feel open through the shoulders. Just notice. And once you're in the noticing, then you can shift when you notice there's some possibility, right, of more openness or something different. Step down and rise, eagle on the right. Really squeeze into the legs this time so you've got that firm foundation. And let your attention be on creating space in your upper body here. How can you create space even when you feel bound and tight? Yeah, go for it again, Kevin. I'm right here with you. You got it. Collarbones, right? Yeah. Take one more breath. Open the collarbones and step down and switch. Take it over to the left now. That's the space to put the attention, the collarbones. If shoulders wasn't landing for you, try it in the collarbones this time. See if you can open and get broad in through the chest. Take one more inhale. Good. Rise up to stand. Take a leg raise on the right. Firm up the foundation in your standing foot and mirror that in your lifted foot, no matter where it is, whether it's fully extended or if it's facing the floor. The firmness is what matters. Bring that attention to your lifted foot just like your standing foot. Good. Bring your toes up even more, Marco. Yeah, even more. Bring the toes up. Airplane, go. And then Ujjayi breath in through your nose. Reset. Half moon. Good. Open the collarbones. Make them broad. It's different when your arms aren't bound in front of you. When you have that space to open them, spread the collarbones wide for another inhale. Good. Rise up to stand. Take your leg raise over to the left now. Yes, active feet. I see you, Brandon and Carlin. Active and awake both on the bottom and that lifted foot. Good. Now pull those front ribs in, everybody, as you breathe in. Exhale to airplane. Using tools like blocks and the tools of your breath and steady gaze. Yeah. Half moon. Brandon, can you turn with the bind? Can you shift with the arms bound? I've been playing with that. Use your back foot, your lifted foot. Push, push. Yes, there you go. Good, everybody. Lift your collarbones. Lift yourself up high. Breath in. Rise up to stand at the head of your mat. Come forward for dancer or standing bow on the right. Now, as long as you've got the soft, bendy side, the inside of your elbow, out toward the long edge of your mat, your shoulder should have space. So put your attention on your right shoulder right now. Now, push your lifted shin back to drive your shoulder open. There you go. Take a breath here and switch over to the left. Our legs are pretty powerful. We've got really big muscles from the glutes all the way down the legs. Let your legs drive here. Once you've got your grip with your hand or your strap, let your lifted leg drive. Push the shin back to open up the arms. Take a breath. Good. Rise up. Come to the head of your mat for tree pose on the right. Ah, Susan, I saw that. Front ribs right into center. Let that be the base, the trunk of your tree, foundation right here. Good. Now notice your breath as you inhale and exhale. Good. Lift yourself high and stay nice and steady. Good. Big breath. Empty it out. Switch over to the left. Hey, smiles. It's a tall tree tonight. Allow yourself that space to grow here. Literally grow from the floor all the way up. What happens when you can lift your torso up taller and take your gaze up higher? One more breath in. Exhale it out. Step to the head of your mat, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Chaturanga. Upward facing. Downward facing dog. Right foot forward, triangle pose. In triangle, go ahead, take up a lot of space, and then push the baby toes, your pinky toes, down into the mat. See if you can push the baby toes down and lift your big toes up. What happens to your feet when you do that? Right? Anybody get that experience? What happens to your feet? Yeah, Kevin, I see it perfectly. Now, press the ball out of your big toe down into the mat. Let your toe rest on the mat. But the whole front pad then of your foot beneath your toes is on the mat. Now lift your bottom side up as you breathe in. Stay and breathe out. Good. One more time. In. Full exhale. Side facing wide leg forward fold. Press down into the ball mounds of your big toes here. Go ahead and lift your heels up off the mat. You can put your hands down if you want, or you can float your hands. See what happens. Yeah, what activates for you when you lift your heels up and then place them back down. But keep those ball mounds of the toes rooted. Yeah, what happens when you breathe as you lift up? Yeah, and then exhale as you ground down. Yeah, you may feel like you can place your hands down and start to really rock or lift yourself up off the mat even more. Go ahead and create some more space for another breath. Good, then rise up to stand. Namaste, front facing forward fold. Bring your stance in so that your hips can be square. The front of your hips can be square. So Marco, take your stance a little wider. Nope, not longer. A little wider. Yeah, perfect. Yep, right there. Yeah, and if you're going into that split, if I see you, if you're going into that split, same alignment for the hips. Work them both forward. Good. Now breathe. Reset. Notice what your abs are doing here. What are your abdominal muscles doing? Are they just kind of hanging out and you're putting all the power in your legs? If so, that's okay. Just take a breath in and breath out. One more time. Inhale. Twisting triangle on your exhale. Left hand down. Open to the side of the mat. Turn your chest. There you go, Nanette. Now pull the ribs in and up. Twist it open. One more time. Breathe in. Stay for your exhale. High to low plank. Move through. Up dog to inhale. Down dog exhale. Then left side triangle. Step right into it. Now that you've played with your foot foundation a little bit, get really acquainted with the soles of the feet in this pose. Even though your feet are far apart, your legs are spread apart, you can still create that solid, grounded foundation through the soles of the feet. Nice. Now turn your inner ankles back, Roy. Yeah, I see your calf muscles, man. Go. Really good. Take a breath, everybody. Empty it out. Side facing, wide leg forward fold. Feel free to take some movement here. You want to lunge or twist? Take it. Go. Whatever you're doing, be on purpose with it. Oh, yeah, I see some arm binds come in, some deep folds with those. Now's a great time to bring in some hops. Tune into the physicalness, your physical experience through your legs, your hands. Yeah, your head if it's touching the mat. Take one more breath to center yourself up. Exhale it out and rise up. Namaste, front facing forward fold. Yep, that's it. Go for it, yogis. Bend through. Nice and deep. Good. Active toes. Look at those toes. Kaiwen, I see your toes. Spread them apart, everybody. Breathe it in. Full breath out. Big inhale. Twisting triangle. Twist over to the left now. Good. Can you keep that space for your torso, for your belly? You might float up away from the floor. That's totally cool. Yeah, go for it. You can lift yourself up and twist out. One more inhale. Exhale. Chaturanga. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Give yourself a big exhale there. Yeah, breathe in through your nose. Let it go. Inhale. Exhale. Roll on out to a high plank and pause. High plank and pause. So all that work you've been doing through feet, core, hands, all comes together right now. So really press each finger down. Good. And notice that space in the palm of your hand, between the palm of your hands and the mat. Shift your weight over to the left. Shift your weight to the left. Your hips might rock. That's okay. Shift it to the right. Notice what happens in your hands when you do that. Breathe in. Good. Shift again. Good. Take one more breath. Come to the middle. Lower all the way down to your belly for locust. Yeah, set your gaze right down in front of you. Don't make it hard on your neck here. Just look straight down at the floor. Now, can you bring your felt sense in through the glutes, right? The muscles in through the glutes, which are definitely going to work here. But can you make the work happen in the ribs? Push the ribs down, lift the chest up. There you go, Suze. Take a breath and come down. Inhale on the mat. Exhale on the mat, then rise up again for second locust pose. Feel free to take an arm bind if your shoulders have space for that. Go ahead and bind the arms here. Yeah, and push toward the back of your mat with your knuckles. Take a breath in and come on down. Reach back for floor bow. 2 floor bows. So go ahead, grab both ankles or one, and then lift yourself up. Good. Yeah, get yourself up. Press the ribs down. Get yourself up. There you go. Notice your knees. Your knees now. Pull them in towards center and breathe in. On your exhale, come down. Take a breath. Switch legs if you did one, and let's take that second floor bow. Go. Pop up. Here we go. Big breaths. Yeah, use the whole mat to press down and lift up. Yeah, because, Hey, you're doing it. You're doing it, though. Take a breath and come down. Ha. Upward facing dog. I love that when you're like, I can't do it. I'm like, you're right. You're doing it right now. Right now, you're an upward facing dog. I promise you're doing it. Downward facing dog. Exhale. Ha. Camel pose. Just one camel tonight. I want you to go ahead, make sure you have enough space to explore here. So explore height and explore back, if back is there for you. And if you're curious whether back is there for you or not, you could even start back. So start with your hands on the floor and work your way up from the floor. Don't let your mind tell your body what it can and can't do. Let your body tell your mind what it can do. Let your body tell you what it can do right now. Another good inhale. Empty it out. Bridge pose. Part of cultivating mindfulness and presence is that embodiment, right? Embodied. Get in your body, get into the physical, into the sensations of what's actually happening right now physically. That's how we tune in. So in your bridge pose, can you press down through the ball mounds of your big toes? Caitlin, walk your toes toward me about 2 inches. Yep. There you go. And can you notice what's happening with your shins? What do you mean by shins? They're probably forward. Turn your outer shins in. And notice what happens to your legs when you put your attention on your shins. Can you pull them in and hug your legs upward? Take a breath in and come down to the mat. Good. Take a breath here. Let it go. Bridge or wheel pose. We've got 6 more. Yogi's choice. Go on up into your expression. Let your body tell you what it's capable of right here. And then you listen. Good. For just 3 count. 1, 2, 3. You can tuck the chin and come down, or you can stay and explore where you are. Take a breath and then rise up again. Bridge or wheel pose for a 3 count. Let your body tell you what's here for 3. 1, 2, 3. Come on down. Take a breath. Let it go. And then on the inhale, rise up again. Wheel number 3. Yeah, bring some power, some life here for 1, 2, 3. You can tuck and come down or stay and explore. Here comes number 4. Rise on up. Wheel pose. Go. Inhale up. And then ground down for 1, 2, 3. Come on down. Breath here and out. Rise up. Open your eyes. See what's happening here, y'all. Be present. Don't let your mind take you on a ride right now. Let your body be in control of its experience for 3, 2, 1. Come on down. Here comes the last one. Go for it. Bridge or wheel pose. Breathe your way up into it. Yeah, and be here with it and for it. Be here for your body, with your body for 1, all the way to 3, 2, and 3. Come on down for Supta Baddha Konasana. Yeah. Notice how deep your breath goes. Is your belly rising when you inhale? Or is it more in your chest, your breath right now? Just notice. Happy baby. And if you're taking that movement, make your way back into the middle here, and everybody press your heels up to the ceiling. Yeah. Separate your legs so you make a letter V. So keep them up, but yeah, like a letter V. Really good. Kevin, great example here right in the front. So many letter V's. Yeah, right through the middle like a letter V. Good. Now bring your heels together. Close it up. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. One more time. Open them up. Close it up. Now take a breath in. Lower both legs a third of the way to the mat. Good. Breathe in. Lower another third. Sync it up with your inhale. Lower on the exhale and hover for 3, 2, go up a third. Ah. Breath in. Go up another third. Take a breath. Pull your knees to your chest. Give yourself a good hug here. Yeah, and then rock forward and back on your mat. Whole spine. I want you to feel your whole spine here from tailbone all the way up. You might land and plow at the back of your mat. That's okay. Use the whole spine when you go back there. Nice, y'all. Good. On this next one, land up in your boat pose. Some of you are like, we're going to boat, Kate. Can we just get to boat? But I want you to feel your spine. I want you to feel your vertebrae. Good boat pose. Good. Now those outer shins in. Look what happens to your feet. Take a breath here. Good. Stay with it. Lift your chest higher one more time. Good. Right side half pigeon. Good stability work right through the core and then into this space of half pigeon. And so we're coming up on the end of a calendar year. It always makes me think of intentions. Yoga usually makes me think of intentions. But one of my favorite Baptiste teachers always says, before you can look forward to a goal or forward to an intention, you have to know right where you are first. It's like plugging in things to your GPS. You have to have both you are here and where you're going. You got to have both points. And so getting present in your body, your physicalness, is the first step before making any changes or shifts. Before you can truly harness your power, you have to be present with where you are right now. And what you do on your mat, when you step on your mat and you breathe, and you put attention on your muscles, and you notice the texture of the floor or your block, that is a practice of presence. That is your access to power. Simple act of presence. Go ahead and switch over to the left. Allow yourself to anchor your mind in your physical experience right now from a place of observation. Observe. frog pose. In the studio, go ahead and turn toward the long flat wall. Brandon and Kylin, do what makes sense for your frogs in your spaces. Just turn yourself to the long edge of your mat to give yourself a lot of space. These opening poses in Journey into Power really give us a great opportunity to be in observation of the body experience, what you've got going on physically. A lot of times in the hips, but yeah, it doesn't have to be. It could be like your forearms. It could be the inner edge of your feet, like how awake and part of the pose are your feet right now. Good, Susanna, can you bring your heels a little closer together? Yeah, and then pull your hips, your pelvis back. There you go. And then if you want, this is here. For either forehead or ribs even. Sometimes I pop my block under my ribs. Good, and as you notice your belly muscles here, wherever you are, however you're expressing the pose, notice those abdominal muscles as they hug in and then relax with every breath. Take one more breath together in. Let it all out. Then make your way out of your frog pose. Back to a seat on your mat for leg extension on the right. Go ahead and turn out wide a bit today, but let your hips line up with the extended leg. We're going to take the lateral stretch so you can begin forward and then turn it to the side and lift your left arm up over. I want you to really get curious about the space from your hip up that lifted side of the body. So the space from the hip all the way up here through the shoulder and out. So if you're using a strap or a tool to give you that good grip on the bottom, allow yourself to focus on that space on the top. You can even move your arm up and down. Yeah, exactly, like that, so that you can really notice the stretch. Give yourself space to pause with your breath. Yeah, and just explore those muscles. How often do you stretch those out, you know? Good, go ahead, switch to the other side. Get your grip however you need to get your grip. And then switch to let it be nice and long on the lateral side. You might even pick up, like I've got my left hand, my bottom hand grabbing the top hand here. Almost like a self-assist. You can do that too. And it's not so much how deep you are in the fold as how much you can stretch and lengthen the side for yourself. Seated forward fold. Bring both legs forward now. And here you'll get that like just full out stretch forward. And what does it physically look and feel like to surrender here? Not just surrender like in the fold with the upper half of your body, but with your head, with your neck, with your elbows. Yeah, it might not be comfortable, right, to surrender. I feel like it rarely is until you're there. And then you give yourself a deep breath in and a full breath out. Good. Reverse table or reverse plank. Yeah, now you've got your feet solidly down on the mat. Really good. Now, lift your ribs up. Yeah, there they go. And spread the collarbones wide. Yeah, now breathe in. There's a lot of breath holding. Breathe out. Let your collarbones expand. Be here with this sensation, y'all. Yeah, you might want to come out and down. I get that, but like allow yourself to experience it from just the physical. Right? Let your mind take a break and let your collarbones expand. One more breath in and come on down. Fish pose. So all that work you've done to have integrity through the feet, the core, the hands. Allow yourself that space to breathe here. Shoulder stand. If you had a block underneath your fish, go ahead, move that out of your way. Yeah, and from here, you may want to reset yourself. So begin in plow, actually, right? Like get your toes all the way back there. Really get on your shoulders here. This is where I want you to put the attention on the shoulders. It is called a shoulder stand, most definitely not a neck stand, okay? There's no neck stands for sure. Good. Now that you've got the shoulders down, awesome, man. Press the upper arm bones down. Yeah, and then you get that lift up. And you can like play with that, right? You can ease up and then go deeper. You can push harder, ease up, push harder. Play around with the physicalness of your base so that you can feel strong and light at the top here. Yeah. Let your feet play. Let your toes play. Let your feet play. Shoulder stands, go ahead, take plow, drop the toes behind you. You may need to adjust your base. That's fine. Do that. Just ensure you're still on the shoulders. I have a tendency to rock on my low neck here. So make sure that, yeah, maybe your feet don't touch the floor, and that's okay. You want to be at the shoulders and upper arm bones. Good. Now bend your knees for a deaf yogi. And then everybody go ahead and roll out nice and controlled, nice and easy, so your spine is on the mat. You can give yourself a squeeze, hug your knees towards your chest when you get there. Yeah, rock around a little, sure, side to side or in a circle. And drop your knees to the left, gaze over your right shoulder, supine twist. Notice if your hands are touching the floor, the mat, or if they're hanging out kind of in the air, floating. Stay connected to what your body's experiencing right here. Go ahead, switch over. Knees to the right, gaze to the left. Supta Baddha Konasana. Bring everything to the middle of the mat except for your knees. And maybe your arms if you want those out wide. A deep, full breath in. Exhale. Do that again. Inhale. Pause. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Pause. Empty. Shavasana. Stretch out. Curl up. Whatever a rest pose looks and feels like for your body, take that. Just allow yourself to rest and be with the physical echoes of the work you've put in. Take a deep, full breath in. Exhale. Bring some gentle movement to your hands and feet. Take a full body stretch on the mat if that would feel good. And then roll onto your side so you can curl up in infant's pose. Feel the floor of the mat beneath your side. Feel the weight of your body being supported. Pause. You are exactly where you're meant to be. And everything is going to be okay. Come on up to a comfortable seat with a nice tall spine. Take a deep breath in, reach overhead. Exhale your hands to your heart. Let's close tonight with a vibration of 3 ohms together. Inhale. Breathe in and out. Thumbs to your forehead center. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and logging on tonight. Y'all are the best. Go ahead and bow to honor yourselves and each other. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you, Brandon and Kywin, for logging on. We love having you with us live. And y'all, have a good evening. Please, and thank you. Bye, Brandon.